Hey everyone, this is Rob from SportRx, and today I am hanging out with my good friend Mark from Smith.
How's it going?
Very well, very well. We're excited to have Mark here. We're going to talk goggles today. Mark is a Smith expert. How long have you worked for Smith?
Gosh, 17 years now. Yeah, so quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
a little bit
awesome.
of time there for sure.
A little bit of time, yeah. Started in the MX world.
I did, yep. Started in the MX world and kind of just sort of worked my way along with the evolution and kept on rolling. So
Smith's a great company to work for. I had the privilege of going to Sun Valley, and it's an amazing place. Anyways, we are here to talk about the new IO7, and you might think it's the 7th IO, but it's not.
it is actually the 7th year since we introduced the IO initially. So this is kind of our revisit to the IO and our tribute to the IO and its interchangeability and IO7. It's got a lot of
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the IO really started the whole goggle world doing easy interchangeable, including a premium second set. I mean, this was kind of like the beginning of easy interchangeable goggles.
Yeah, we would like to think that anyway. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that was one of the big demands that people had was, quick and easy interchangeability to be able to adapt to different light transmission on the mountain, whether it was flat light, bright light, whatever it might be. Interchangeability was very intimidating for a lot of people, and being able to bring to market something like the IO that made it easy for people, it was a lot better for them. And like you said, kind of started the whole trend. A lot of people followed suit.
So they are interchangeable, of course, and they do automatically come with 2 sets of lenses. So whenever you get an IO7, you're going to get 2 sets of lenses, and almost always you're going to get a darker lens for sunny bluebird days and a lighter lens for overcast days, usually a sensor lens.
Correct. Yeah, and that's kind of the way we set it up. I mean, typically you'll see, as some of the goggles here on the table, you'll have a mirrored lens installed that would be better for bright conditions, and then always a secondary lens that's good for low light. So a lot of the mirrored combinations depend on frame colors and so forth, but again, always a 2-lens combo, always with mirrors and something for bright and low light conditions.
Awesome. So these goggles have some features that you guys should know about, some premium features you should expect on a goggle this nice. Of course, you're going to get the triple layer foam. The last one is just, it's so soft.
Yeah, there's 3 layers there.
I can't stop.
Mentioned.
I can't help myself.
So we've got the first layer that goes against the face, which is a nice fleece. We have a nice medium porosity, medium density foam in the center, kind of for that comfort, that instant gratification. And then a base layer that's made of a little bit more dense foam that, if you're a heavy sweater especially, would kind of collect that sweat and hold it in place so that you don't get any dripping on the lens. Or
I didn't know any of that.
Well, in snow, to be quite honest, it's not as big of an issue in a lot of cases as it is in other sports like motocross or things like that, where you do tend to sweat pretty heavy. But those are some of the advantages of a 3-stage foam for sure.
Wow. So 3 layers of foam, and they all have a real purpose. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, you have plenty of venting all along the sky.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, because you did mention venting. The majority of the goggles that you find in the marketplace today have one density of vent foam that surrounds the perimeter of the goggle, whether it's the top or the sides, whatever it may be. The IO7, in this case, is really the first goggle that comes out with a different porosity foam on the top of the frame here than you have on the sides and the lower perimeters. So what that does is, we like to tell an integration story with our helmets. As you know, we're quite big in the helmet world too. And one of the stories we like to tell is integration. So integration between helmet and goggle. As part of that integration in the air evac, we are able to control the air that comes into the goggle with a tighter porosity foam on the edge and bottom, and then a more open or less porous foam, or more porous, that would allow then the evacuation of that hot, moist air out of the top of the goggle frame and up through the helmet chamber. So you get that full air evac and perfect integration.
You guys thought about this.
Yeah, we did. That's the one thing about Smith. We are a product-driven company. We've been doing this 50 years now. And, I think we've talked about this before, but our founder, Dr. Bob Smith, actually invented the first dual pane lens for anti-fog for goggles.
And these are dual pane?
These are absolutely dual pane.
And they have my favorite little button right here, and I always mess up the name of it.
That's a Porex filter.
Porex filter, that's it.
You mentioned dual pane. This is what we call a Vaporator lens. Vaporator lens is found in all of our interchangeable series, all of our IO goggles. It creates a perfect and tight bond between the two lenses, so you have a perfect seal. And then this Porex filter allows basically breathability between the two panes. So it allows any changes in pressure, let's say, to escape,
it's
but
like
doesn't
a
allow
neutralizer.
anything in. Absolutely, yeah, and it keeps perfect vision. That's the one.
Is that because of
thing
the elevation changes on the mountain?
Elevation changes in a lot of cases, yeah. I mean, especially depending on where your product originates or ships from to where your kind of end use is. I mean, you may have thousands of feet in differential, and to allow that that pressure to kind of equalize is key. These are also spherical lenses, so a lot of people refer to them as a bubble lens, maybe. But
it's for much better optics.
Much better.
That part I know about. Yeah, you get much better clarity in optics and a lot of less backlight distortion. Also, I've noticed.
Correct.
So everything's premium on this guy.
You bet. It is
and
the
then
best
you got,
of
of course, the outriggers for helmet compatibility.
Yep, so a dual axis outrigger. So you are going to get rotation on the outriggers forward and back. And what that does is allow for better helmet compatibility. So it allows those strap mount points to come forward on the goggle to come out and around the helmet. You also get, again, we mentioned dual axis. So you get these pieces that pivot
That's
up and down
different.
as well.
That you don't see.
This is definitely different. And a lot of the trends right now, especially in snowboard and some others, is to wear the strap down or even under the helmet in a lot of cases. So this rotation point is going to help with that significantly. So that's
pretty cool.
Another feature. Yeah.
And then you got the silicone on the inside, of course. That's
silicone
standard
backstrap.
these days.
Standard these days, yeah. I mean, most everybody is wearing a helmet now, and the silicone backing definitely helps to keep that strap secure on the helmet. Clip buckle system as well. So very easy on and off, whether you are or are not wearing a helmet.
And you can get the helmet helper if you have a really big head like me and a really big helmet. There's a little extender piece that it's just a big brain.
Yep.
So that's how.
And dual adjusters too. So the goggle's very easy to adjust and get a perfect fit every time.
And then, of course, the interchangeability on this guy is an amazing story. You got this fun twisty button thing. I'm not going to pretend to do it for this video, but we are going to post another video on how to interchange your lenses on the IO7. So stay tuned. Look up for that one on the SportRx YouTube channel. We will have a video on how to interchange them. It comes with?
Yeah, molded hard case for the secondary lens. So for those people that are out there and actively, skiing or boarding for an entire day and want that lens with them, this is a nice hard case that allows you to
Don't forget the
put the lens.
snowmobilers.
True.
Those guys are serious.
Very true. Absolutely. But this would give you then a protective piece to carry your lens. It's very slim and easy to put in.
Put it in your shirt.
Exactly. Jacket or whatever. Shirt works too. Backpack, whatever it may be. So that's a nice little bonus piece that comes with this as well as a microfiber goggle bag.
So this is what you can clean the goggles with, of course, too. And then the anti-fog coating on the inside of this guy is very serious also, right?
5X anti-fog. It is the best you can get. It is the industry standard. Absolutely.
The cat's meow.
You got it.
I think we went over everything you can go over with these goggles except for one thing. You can get them in prescription. So at SportRx, the RX means prescription, and we do have a way of getting these fantastic Smith goggles in prescription. We create a bunch of these different inserts. This insert would hold your prescription. We would put a almost equally fantastic anti-fog coating on the insert with the prescription, and then this guy sits inside the goggle. And it goes up against the shield where all the venting is, so fogging is harder. And then you instantly have prescription IO7, so you can actually see what you're doing. Now, if you have a high prescription, we also have a high prescription insert solution for these as well. So there's a lot of options with the IO7. So if you need them in prescription, don't forget to call SportRx about that as well. I think we went over everything we can go over with these things. I want a pair now, and this is my color right here.
Yeah, exactly. It does kind of have the SportRx orange going
there. I like
there.
me in orange, man. This is my color.
You are
right
an
there.
orange guy. I give you that.
I think this is going to do it. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, please email us at info@sportrx.com. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, and we'll see you on the slopes.
Thank you.